About 15 years ago, I started feeling ill. And I wasn't even able to work for about 2 years. Tried everything, went to the doctors, and it was either, all right, at that age, it was you're perimenopausal, you're anxiety-ridden, or you're depressed. And I said, well, that may be so about the perimenopausal, but I'm not depressed and I'm not anxiety-ridden, I'm tired. And I took my blood tests and said, thank you very much. And I went on my hunt through the alternative medical world for something that will help me. And I started doing tons of research. And 15 years ago, there was very little out there with what was going on with me. I found people were just absolutely unsupportive. My family, nobody really understood at all. My husband did because he actually saw me and how debilitated I was. And we ended up doing all sorts of things, injectable homeopathics and the acupressure points. Oh my gosh, I could make a list. About 5 years ago, I had a tremendous relapse after a surgery and ended up bedridden for about a year. I started coming out of the bedridden phase when I discovered a website, the CFS community website, and I began to read the different experiences of other people that had the same illness as I did and what they had done, and the videos that were on the website. And it gave me a lot of information that I didn't have, and it began to give me the hope that I could improve my situation as others had. Today I am back to work. However, I have to be very careful and make sure I pace myself and not overdo it. It's true. You start identifying with the disease, that you are the disease and you're not. I am not this disease. I am not chronic fatigue. I can be a yoga practitioner, I can be a realtor, I can be a wife, I can be a friend, a sister, an aunt. I can be a cat rescuer. I can be all these things. Chronic fatigue is something I have learned to pace myself with and deal with. But it is not my identity. It is not who I am. But sometimes, lying in bed, bedridden, I understand how that feels. I've been there. I know. And what your mind does. And I can understand, I read there's a high suicide rate with people with chronic fatigue. I don't know if that's true or not. But I can understand that. I've never been able to understand suicide in the past. But I can understand that. When you feel like you have nothing to offer and you're just a lump on a bed, I can understand that. It's not a choice I've ever come close to making or considering, but gives me an understanding. And if that's where somebody's at, you have to get support and reach out and get a support group, because there are people out there that know exactly how it feels. And that's what I have found with the websites and being back in a yoga class. There is a support group out there, people that understand. Nobody understands unless you've been there. My husband supports me, but he doesn't really understand. He doesn't understand the fatigue. How can he? He's never experienced it. Unless you experience it for yourself and you've been there, you don't know. So you have to find people that understand.